Hello, uh, my math ones. Hopefully, you're not being too bad, and hopefully, you do your work today, and hopefully, you are watching this video. So, today, what we're going to be doing is just graphing inequalities in two variables. This is going to be a little bit difficult. I do apologize uh, that you're going to be learning something that's extremely difficult, I would say, when I'm not there. So, let me just share my screen real quick. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen right now. So hopefully you guys have this page in front of you. So what we're doing today is just graphing inequalities in two variables. So the only thing you really have to know first things first is if you have a greater than or less than symbol, your line is going to be dotted. And then if you have a greater than or equal to or less than and equal to symbol, it's going to be a solid line. So just remember, if the line's underneath, it's going to be a solid line. If there's no lines underneath the symbol, then it's going to be a dotted line or dotted line. So the way we do this is, if you guys remember earlier, we did y equals mx plus b, and you would graph that. How we graph that, it's gonna be the same thing. So plus 5, this right here is gonna be your y-intercept. So you go to your graph and you go up 5 and put a point. So that's the plus 5 that's being added right there. Now, the negative 2 over 3, this over here is your m. So your m is again negative 2 over 3. And if you don't remember, the top number is how much you're going up or down. Since it's a negative 2, you'll be going down 2. And then the bottom number is how much you're always going right. So go to your point that you just made and then go down 2. So 1, 2, and then over 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then put another point. And now, is there a line underneath our symbol here? No. Since there's no line underneath, we're going to have a dotted line. So when we connect these 2 points with the ruler, which let me find one. Give me a quick second while I go find a ruler. And then again, when you guys are in class, you guys know that the rulers are in the back. So just know that. So over here, we're connecting these 2 points, but we're gonna plug or make a dotted line between them. So when you're connecting them, going between the 2 points and then a dotted line like this. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's basically going through those 2 points. And now the next thing we have to do is, I would always recommend you have to choose a point on one of the sides of this line. I always recommend the easiest point. So 0, 0 right here. Always choose that point. So go to your equation and plug in 0 for x and 0 for y. So over here we have 0 is greater than negative 2 over 3 x. So we put it as 0 plus 5. And then we simplify. So over here on the left, 0 is just going to stay the same. The symbol is going to stay the same. And now what's 0 times anything? Just 0. So this is just going to be 0 plus 5. And then over here, what's 0 plus 5? That's just 5. And now, is this true? Is 0 bigger than 5? No, 0 is not bigger than 5. So since it's not true, then this point right here is not going to be true. So we shade everything on the other side. Since the point was on this side, we're shading the other side. So everything on this side would make the situation true. And that's all we're doing. And that's it. And you're done with the problem. So this is very confusing. So I'm gonna do 3 more examples with you guys, and then hopefully you guys are able to do it, but I understand if you guys aren't. All right, so for this next one, again, do the same thing. The -3 right here, this is what you're gonna be starting on the y-axis. So go -3 and put your point. Now, over here, the 4 over 5, that's your slope, that's your m. So your m is equal to 4 over 5. So the 4 is how much you're going up or down. Since it's a positive 4, you're going up 4. And the 5 is how much you're going right. So go to your negative 3 point right here. Go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And write 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a point. And now, since our symbol right here has no what's called line underneath, it's going to mean that this is going to be a dotted line. So connect the 2 points as a dotted line. So again here, it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll do as best as you can. So like this. And now, again, choose a point on one of the sides of that line. Again, choose the easiest one. So I'm going to choose the 0, 0 and plug that in for x and y. So 0 is less than 4 over 5, 0 minus 3. And then again, just simplify. So over here on the left, the 0 stays the same, the symbol stays the same. And again, what's 0 times anything? 0 times anything is just going to be 0. And then minus 3. But what's 0 minus 3? That's negative 3. Now, is 0 smaller than negative 3? No, because negatives are smaller than 0. So whichever side the point was on is not going to be the side you're shading. You're going to shade the other side. So over here is what you're going to be shading. And that's it. And you're done. Okay? So hopefully you guys have this written down because I'm going to be moving on to the next problem. So for the next problem, again, you're just going to be doing the same thing, the same process. Over here, this negative 7 is what you're going to be starting at. Unfortunately, I messed up. Let's make this a negative 5 because we can't do negative 7. So just put negative 5 instead. 10 out to minus 5. And now the 3 over 4 is how much is your slope. So your slope is how much it's your m. So the top number is how much you're going up or down. So since it's a positive 3, you're going up 3. And the bottom number is always how much you're going right. So go to your point, go up 3. So 1, 2, 3, and right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put a point. Now, this time, there's a little line underneath. So that means our line is not going to be dotted. It's going to be a solid line. So when we connect these 2 points, it's just going to be a solid line like that. Now, again, I always recommend you choose the point 0, 0, and then plug that in. So the 0, 0. So you're going to go up here, plug in 0 for y. So 0 is greater than or equal to 3 over 4, 0 minus 7. And now just solve or simplify. So over here, 0 stays, because there's nothing over here. What's 0 times anything? Just 0. So minus 7. And again, symbol stays the same. With 0 minus 7, that's negative 7. Now, is 0 bigger than or equal to negative 7? Yes, 0 is bigger than negative 7. So since it is true, that means we're going to shade everything on the same side where that point 0, 0 was. So we'll be shading all this like that, and then you're done. Okay? So I know it might be a little bit confusing, but that's all we do. All right. Now, for the last problem of the day, again, we're just going to start the same way. So that positive 5 is where you're starting. So over here, go to positive 5, put a point. And now, there should be an x here, my bad. The negative 1/2 is going to be where what's it called? The M is going to be your M. So let me do the actual same color that I've been doing it. So your M is negative 1/2. So the top number is how much you're going up or down. Since our top number is a negative number, that means you're going to be going down 1. And the bottom number is always going to be a right, how much you're going to the right. So go to your red point, go down 1, right 2, and then put your point. And now, since you see over here, there's a line underneath the symbol, that means our line is going to be a solid line. So go to your points and make a solid line in between them. All right, like that. And then again, you have to choose a point on one of the sides. Always choose the easiest one of 0, 0. So that means you have to replace both the y and the x with 0. So it's going to be 0 is less than or equal to negative 1/2 0 plus 5. Now, over here, the 0 stays the same. What's negative 1? What's 0 times anything? Again, just 0. So 0 plus 5. And then what's 0 plus 5? That's just 5. So is 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes, 0 is smaller than 5. So we're going to be shading this side, the side where the 0 is at. So you just be shading it, and you are done. That's all. So hopefully you guys are able to do this. Something tells me that a lot of people are not going to be able to do this, and hopefully you guys are not making us have such a bad time. Uh, hopefully you're not. Hopefully you guys do your work, and then I'll sign you guys off on Monday. You guys did the work, so that's gonna be it for the video. And then I'll see you guys on Monday. So, all right, then let me just stop sharing and stop recording. So again, have a good day.